then yesterday towards the end, we talked about something known as trends. And which were the three major types of trends that we discussed yesterday? Uptrend, downtrend, and sideways trend. Okay. So if I were to talk about uptrend, this is the uptrend. A lot of things which I have written here. 1 minute. Uptrend is characterized by what? Everyone's point of confusion yesterday. An uptrend is characterized by what? Higher highs and higher lows. Very good. So it was something like this. So your highs, okay, what is the point? Roughly point for this high is what? Around 15. For this, around 25. For this, around 35. So your highs are going higher. And what about your lows? Here the low was around 8. Here the low was around whatever, 13, 14. Here the low is around 20, whatever. So what is an uptrend characterized by? One more time. Uptrend is characterized by higher highs and higher lows. How do I draw a downtrend? Can I say this is correct? Yes. And it is characterized by lower highs and lower lows. Correct? See, this was my high point. Now this is my high point. Now this is my high point. And similarly, my lows are also going lower. Correct? And the last one we talked about was what? It was a sideways trend. And how do I draw a sideways trend? Something like this. In theory, it will be exact, but in practical, it might be a little bit upper as compared to the upper band, a little bit lower as compared to the lower band as well. Okay, so that was the concept of sideways trend. One last point that we discussed yesterday, that a trend is a combination of what? Up moves and down moves. So whenever I talk about this story, uptrend, what is this known as? Up move. This is known as down move. Does this mean that downtrend has started? Does this one mean that the downtrend has started? No. Why? Very good. Because you must have a higher high or a higher low broken if I were to say that the trend has changed. Okay. So here we just have one high. Okay. In the second case, if this would have happened, where has the trend changed? It has changed at this point. Why? It was a lower high. Is this clear? So let's try to identify a trend change now. So everyone just pay attention at the screen. So can you see a trend change here? No, no trend change. Yes, why? At this point, the fourth point, you saw a lower high. This could be a trend change. We also can wait for some confirmation call. And then we can convincingly say that yes, it's a trend change. Is this okay? Right? And yesterday we talked about what are the different types of trends, but I told you that if we were to talk about the strategies that we have to adopt in trends, that is what we want to start off with today. Okay. So whenever you are in an uptrend, let us say you are at this point right now. I'll tell you the common mistake of majority of the traders or the short-term investors category. Just ignore this point right now. You are not aware about what has happened afterwards. We are at this, wherever I've circled, we are at that point. Now, what majority of the people feel is that this is a point. So what is the thumb rule? Buy low, sell high. Majority of them, and they say, simple. What next? Story is over. So actually this is at a high point. So sell high. Correct? So people will sell here. When they get a small correction, they'll be very happy. But look from a medium term perspective, it has gone higher. It has gone higher. It has gone much higher and much higher. Had you sold at this point, it would have been around $8, and this one is what? $55+. And please understand that never ever can you time the market so perfectly that you sell at the highest point of the day and you buy at the lowest point of the day. This is just theoretical. You will be somewhere near high, agreed. You will be somewhere near the low, agreed. But it can't be a bullseye. It's very difficult. Okay. So in fact, technical analysis says that even if you are buying a little bit higher, I know this is hard to digest, but please pay attention, that even if you are buying a little bit higher, it is okay. Even if you are buying a little bit higher, it is okay if the stock is in an uptrend. Okay. So this is one high. this is another high. This is where you might feel that, okay, the stock is started to gain some power. Okay, so here at this point you might wait for what? A downtrend or a down move. You can wait for a small down move. Like if you remember yesterday I told you, in an uptrend, like you are playing catch, you throw the ball in the air, is it going to go just straight up in the air? No, it must have some down move. So if you see that, yes, maybe an uptrend is picking up, what can you wait for? You can wait for a down move. The moment you get a smaller down move, you can buy. Is this okay? So let's take a different call, that if you're already holding shares, assume that you are already holding shares of this company, EMC, whatever. You bought it at this level. Okay, this was your buy. Very rare scenario, but let us presume that you are so early to catch the fish and now it has shown fantastic results. Where would you have sold it? Because that is the most important decision. Na? Many people know that yes, I have to buy, but two things are completely unknown. And what is that? When to sell. And when to sell may 2 points. If I'm in a profit, then what? So what is my target price? And what is my stop loss price? This is unknown. Everyone just, the moment it goes up, what is the only notion which is there in the mind? Aur upar jayega. And you wait for that higher high. So then what should be the scenario? What do you feel? In this entire picture, would you have sold, yes or no? And if yes, at what point? Okay. So that was one more very important point that we discussed yesterday. Who am I? Know yourself. Correct? So we talked about an intraday trader. We talked about a short-term trader. We talked about a medium-term and long-term trader or investor. Investor could be a better word. Okay. So presume that, see here you can see the timeline also. July to July. This is more than a year. And October. So we have crossed 1 year. Okay. So let us say, if you remember, what was the definition for a long-term investor? 1 year and above. Okay. So assume that you are into the category of somewhere. So theoretically, again, yes, up to 1 year medium term and above 1 year is long term. But you can't go that much theoretically, right? So you might be in a position whenever you took a call that somewhere around 6 months to 1 year or 6 months to 1.5 years, somewhere around that I might sell. That is the time frame that you're okay with. 1 year plus or minus 3-4 months, whatever, is what you have kept as a time target. This can be told as a time target. And what we are talking about is a price target. Okay. Would you have sold here or no? Assuming that you are a medium to long term investor, you are okay with that. Sorry? Second high पे sell किया होता था आपने? This high. क्योंकि future थोड़ी ना पता है. So that is, now we have to understand that ideally, the answer is, ideally, you should have not sold it here. I will say that, ma'am, it's so simple for you to tell because you know what has happened in the future. What do you have to wait for? You have to wait for a trend change. It's an uptrend. Why do you want to sell in an uptrend? If the stock has power, then you can definitely bet on that. Had this happened after this, okay, had this happened, would you have sold here? Yes. Why? Because a lower high is formed. Okay, if a lower high is formed, if you want, you can also wait for a lower low confirmation. If you want to be like very safe. But the moment you're not getting any upper, you're not getting any lower high or a lower low, why do you want to sell? Are you understanding my point? Yes. So it's something like Virat is batting right now and he's in a very good form. Do you expect him to get out? No. But the moment he starts missing few deliveries, then you might get the feeling that now there's a possibility that he might get out. So it's the same way. The stock is in a very good form here. If you have started getting the feeling that, oh, somewhere maybe this is breaking, then start becoming cautious. And then you can take a call that, okay, I've earned a lot, now let me sell off. Maybe that could be a call. So what is the thumb rule? Are you going to sell in an uptrend? No. Never. So that is a strategy that I'm telling you right now. So what is the strategy for an uptrend? So we talked about this. A strategy is a collection of up moves and down moves. Uptrend is evidenced by what? Higher highs and higher lows. And very important thumb rule is never sell in an uptrend. Okay, so if you want to write down thumb rules for trends, thumb rules for trends. Trend reversal, na? Immediately after this. Never sell in an uptrend. That is a thumb rule for what? Uptrend. Of course, you should be lucky enough that you have bought it before or at the start of the uptrend. Then you will have this opportunity. Chalo, are you done with this? Yes. If I were to ask you what could be your strategy for a downtrend now? What could be your strategy for a downtrend? Let us say 1, 2, 3, 4. This has happened. What could be a strategy for a downtrend? Then you can sell out. Okay, so don't only think from selling the position. It could be a buy or a sell now. If you, yes, fantastic one. I'll tell you what happens. 1, 2, okay, not so good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct? Maybe यहाँ तक अभी तक आया है. Assume that you are tracking this share. Okay, let us say this is idea. Okay, now what people did, it was, let us say, around 50. Oh, it has gone down to 40. नहीं अभी चालू है ना, चालू है, अभी तक खेल चालू है. It has gone down to 40. Now people say, amazing, let's buy now. Okay, then they buy at this stage. Then it halves. Let's say it goes to 20. Then we'll say now I'll average. And you are very convinced that very good, my average price is only 30 now, which was 40 some days ago. Correct? Then it goes to 10. Then you have no other choice but to average one more time. Again you say, now my average price is 20 maybe. Correct? So what people, again, commoner's thumb rule, buy low, sell high. This is proven wrong here also. What will they say? Buy low. I have bought it at this place. No, this is going to fall further, ideally. If it is in a downtrend, it is going to go down. What do you have to wait for? Wait out for the breakout, which is also nothing but a trend reversal. Okay? So if I asked you that if you were to buy idea, okay, then at what level you could have bought? If I take this as, let us say, let us say if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where would you have bought idea? At 5 ideally, because here there is a higher high created, see, as compared to this is a higher high, and where is the confirmation? Here. Higher low is a confirmation for that. People might say that, array, but if you had bought here, then it would have been fantastic. It's a wrong thing. Why? Because who knows, this could have been the next one. Are you getting my point? So what should be a thumb rule? Wait for the trend reversal. For what? For buying. So can I say the thumb rule should be never buy in a downtrend? Otherwise, the only option left with us is what? Average. And we make ourselves happy that yes, I have averaged now. Okay. So if you check out for downtrend, this is a clear-cut case of a downtrend. Everyone agrees? Easily visible for the naked eye also? Yes. So what is a downtrend? It's a collection of what? Down moves and up moves. Evidenced by what? Lower highs and lower lows. This one? Yes. breakout nahi hai. So for example, I'll tell you what happens here. Listen, I will tell you. What is the point? What is the problem? I'll tell you. Checking only lower highs is not a confirmation. Lower high is a sign. Lower high combined with a lower low is a confirmation. So let me tell 1, 2 and इसके comparison में भले ही 3 नीचे, 4 is up, 5 is up, agreed. So this you might feel that okay, it might be going in a sideways trend at least. Looks like a sideways trend, yes, but wait. Check out this low around whatever. Check out this low, whatever. Okay, so if you check this, this is barely anything above that. It's a very negligible margin. So you might say that for a very short span of time, it was a sideways trend, but it has not clearly broken out. Okay, so you can imagine it something like this, that whenever we are running, okay, some place you might get tired. Okay, you are climbing Sinhagad. You don't climb at one shot. You would climb up to, like, let us say half of that, and you would like to take rest. That's a resting position. So it has gone in a sideways trend for some time, but then once it has again regained some momentum, it continued with its trend. So what is important, let us understand. Here agreed there was a sideways trend to some extent, but important is where does it break out? Has it broken out here or has it broken out here? It has broken out as a downward trend again. See, here it has broken out now. So the moment you are, now this is again confirmed lower low. So in fact, there are different types of patterns that we are going to talk about. This is known as a down flag pattern. Down flag. We are going to talk about that later, don't worry. So it's something like a down move or a downtrend gets converted into a sideways trend, and again the downtrend continues. Okay? So unless and until you see a very clear-cut reversal, as I mentioned, yes, as compared to this, there was a high, but lows are not significantly lower. You're not getting the confirmation. Agreed? Yes. So when will you get a confirmation? You have to have a lower high as well as a lower low, then you will get a confirmation. Your lows are almost at a similar point. Okay, can we move on? Yes. So what should be a strategy in a downtrend? Tell me. Never buy in a downtrend. Very important. So strategy, write down for downtrend. Never buy in a downtrend. So he is saying, okay, I can't buy in a downtrend. Fair enough. But can I short in a downtrend? So for those who are comparatively new to the stock market, what do we mean by shorting something? You sell first and you buy later. Okay. So see, that's why actually the basics of stock market thing is very important. Okay. So if you find time, you can go through my basics of stock market lectures also. All these terms have been explained there. So short means what? Sell first and buy later. But this is allowed for a pure stock market only for intraday. In the stock section, we call it as a cash segment. For those who have done my basics of stock market, I explain it something like this. Like, let us say I'm talking about National Stock Exchange. You can imagine National Stock Exchange like a big shopping mall. And you have different shops here. Like you have a cash ka shop here. You have F&O shop here. You have, let us say, commodities shop here. So on and so forth. So you can take a trade of buying or selling in any of the shops. Okay, if you're taking a trade in the cash segment, cash means you're not giving hard cash and buying and selling. Okay, cash is like normal stocks, normal equity. So if you are going for the cash market, can you sell first, buy later? Yes, but the compulsory rule is that your position has to be covered in the intraday. Position has to be covered means what? Heavy words. Position has to be covered. Means if you're selling today, you have to buy today only. Because SEBI has made this rule. I'm afraid they don't allow me to amend the rules. Okay. So SEBI says that if you're going in the cash segment, the thumb rule is that you have to sell today, you have to buy today. You have to sell today. If you are selling today, you have to buy today. They don't make you compulsory to sell. Okay. So that's an intraday rule if you're going into the normal equity market. Okay. You want to hold for a long time? Okay, no problem. Go in the F&O. Okay. If you're asking me why, I was just thinking at the back of my mind that what could have been the logic. See, if you have observed this, F&O generally has big stocks, bigger names. You won't find smaller names in F&O. In smaller shares, the price manipulation can be very high. And if the price manipulation is very high, and if you are allowed to carry your positions day after day, you can just sell and you can be very happy selling because it's just going down and you are very happy. So small shares can be very easily manipulated. Who will be at a big loss? Small investors, small traders who are not very aware about what happens. So that is why small traders and investors, I say that you go ahead with the cash segment, don't even look at F&O. But the moment you feel that yes, cash is okay, I feel I can do some strategies, I know all the basics, I feel I can become a pro trader or a pro investor, that is the time when you should enter the F&O segment. And here manipulations comparatively can be like, chances can be very low. Shorting and covering for that. Okay. More than one day also it is not allowed. More than one day also it is not allowed. Your trade will get automatically squared off at 3:30. Majority of the brokers will do that. Some brokers will ask for a confirmation and do that. Okay. So you have to square off before 3:30. Like if you don't square off or if the broker does not give you a confirmation, then there's something known as an auction which happens. Share auction, again covered in my basics of stock market. But again, I won't go there, otherwise we'll be left out doing what we are here for. Okay, so thumb rule again, equity, the cash segment, are you allowed to short sell? Yes, but you have to cover in the on the same day as an intraday position. Within the same day you have to cover it up. But if you are in the F&O segment, can I carry forward? Yes, up to 3 months, by the way, it is allowed. 3 months, after 3 months you have to square off mandatorily. Okay, for those who have done F&O, there is something known as a rollover also. In simple words, again, feels very risky. Rollover. Now, what is this? It's nothing but if you have taken a position, let us say in the month of January, okay, and let us say you had said that I am thinking only from a 1 month perspective. If you have sold on the first day of January, and your original thought process was, let us say I'm going to cover up my position on last day of January, last Thursday it is. Okay. But then you feel that, nahi yaar, this has a potential. The stock is still in a downtrend. It has not shown any signs of recovery. Can you say that, yes, I want to continue my position? You can continue a position in the month of February also. And that is known as a rollover. You roll over your position, you carry forward your position to the next month. What happens at the end of February? February also ends like this. You say, now I want to carry forward for March also. So you roll over for March. Still like this. Now you can't roll over. You'll have to take a fresh position. You will have to do a fresh shot here if you want. Okay. So one more time, coming back to our discussion. Yes, 2 rollovers. In our example, for example, it was Jan to March. So you can roll over in Jan, you can roll over in Feb. March, you'll have to close out a position. Okay. So one more time. What was the first thumb rule? Uptrend. Never sell in an uptrend. Downtrend. Never buy in a downtrend. Okay. And what is the last type of trend? Sideways trend. What will be for sideways? Buy here, sell here. Buy here, sell here. Simple. It's not that simple. You'll never know what is the bottom. You'll never know what is exactly the top. Okay. So sideways trend is best for whom? Intraday traders. They love these types of trends. Because you know what happens? Because they are in front of the screen like from 9:15 to 3:30 every day. So they can have their own judgment about what is the price level at which generally it is reversing. From a down also and from an up also. And they can make money in a sideways trend. But for an investor, sideways trend is the most boring phase. Why? You're not getting any movement in the share only. it is stuck up in a specific zone. Okay, so what do? Assume that you did not know what has happened here at the end. Ignore this. You are at this zone right now, the yellow zone right now. What would you have done? Fantastic. Sideways trend is more of a wait and watch scenario. Wait for the breakout. If it breaks out in the upward direction, it might be a start of an uptrend. Okay, and what do you think? Such kinds of uptrend might be powerful or no? And answer is yes again. Why? Because again, take the example of that Sinhagad thing. Stock moved. It took its time to take some rest. It took it time to consolidate. This is known as consolidation. Once it has consolidated also, then it has a strong base to move up. Correct? And with this strong base, generally this uptrend might be sharper. Okay, again, I'm always using the words might be, maybe, because again, this is ideal scenario. Okay, out of 10, I might be definitely correct 8 times, but no one knows about those 2 times. No one can tell with 100% guarantee. So whatever I'm telling you is 8 out of 10. Always rank like that. Okay, so what would be a strategy in sideways? Tell me. Wait and watch for what? For the breakout. If it breaks out in the upward direction, you can go ahead and buy. If it breaks out in the downward direction, and if it is in the F&O, if you want to go in the F&O, you can sell. Is this okay? Yes. So write down the sideways trend strategy. So what is the thumb rule for sideways trend? Never trade in a sideways trend. Okay, trade for the intraday trader is good. Again, as I said, for the intraday trader who is in front of the screen every day, every minute, for them it's like amazing. So for my first sentence, exception is whom? Never trade in a sideways trade. This is for an investor. Okay, because you are not going to sit in front of the screen all time. For a trader, is this good? Yes. But important for an investor is what? Wait and watch for the direction of breakout, upward breakout or a downward breakout. Right? Now let us talk about, we have already discussed this, just a note to write down: trends and trend reversals. Trends and trend reversals. So let's check your drawing. Okay, everyone has to draw this. What is this, by the way? Uptrend. And if I draw this, not an uptrend, matlab, what are we writing here? Downtrend ke wajah, this is a spot of trend reversal, na? Correct? Because that is where it made a lower high as well as a lower low. So 1 minute. So this is a lower high and a lower low. Lower high, lower low. Here you can write down uptrend. And what will you write here? It's a trend reversal. So better you draw it so that it fits into your mind. Complicated trend? Why? No, that's what I'm telling. See, if the blue thing which I've drawn, first signal it gave for a lower high and it got confirmed with a lower low. No, this is the previous low with which I'm comparing. Na? This is you have to compare it with the immediate previous high and the immediate previous low. If you start comparing with this low, That's much higher. Even this is the, so this is like high 1, high 2, high 3, and this one was high 4 but a lower high. So I'll tell you, that is that 2 out of 10. Not necessary. So what? So maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, and then like this, and then this. So I know it's a very horrible drawing, but it's like uptrend, a small sideways trend, and then uptrend. Absolutely. For some stocks, there are some stocks who might give you a 5 on 10 also. So again, understand, don't trade. So whatever thumb rules I'm telling you, never buy, never sell, this is just a base thumb rule. Have I told you when exactly it is to be bought or when exactly it is to be sold? No. So please understand, the moment you get a trend reversal, 1, 2, 3, and 4, let us say. Can you see a trend reversal here? Yes. Which was this one? This one was a downtrend. So this is, let us say, high 1, low 1, high 2, low 2, high 3, low 3, high 4, low 4, high 5, low 5. Again, understand what type of candle is formed there. What are the volumes? There are 15 days, na? 10 days. 10 days we have. So this is just, I'm telling you, you have to be alert at this point. So you're being cautious in this case then. Okay. So that depends on how much daring you have. Dabang. So this could be for a trader or an investor who is aggressive, and he can catch the early sign. If this happens, then it's a clear-cut confirmation. It's a clear-cut confirmation. So you're waiting. So this guy who took at H5, he waited for one confirmation, and if you're going for H6, you took a double confirmation. That's it. Okay. So like this fellow will, the one who took a position at H5, L5, it's seen properly, na? One who took a position at H5 and L5, here or here, is he at a higher risk as compared to you? Yes. But is he also at a higher profitability position as compared to you? Yes. So it's like a high risk, high return category. Okay. So if you don't want to be more aggressive, then wait for double confirmation of a 2 highs and a 2 lows, and then take your call. Okay. You also have to check so many other things. I'm just telling you a base thumb rule right now. You have to check what candle is formed there and what all has happened. If you have more confirmations, then you can take a call at H5, L5 also. If it is accompanied with a price pattern or a specific candlestick, then it'll be great to take a call here. Okay. If you don't have any other confirmation, then wait till your H6 and L6. Fair enough? Yes. Okay. So if you want to draw, you can also draw a trend reversal for what? Downtrend. एक 5 मिनट स्विच ऑफ करो. If you start feeling suffocating, let me know. I'll just switch it on. But it suffocate पण होतं. थोडीशी ओपन ठेवली होती वाटतं, ती खरं बंद केली काय पण. अदरवाइज वाहनांचा आवाज खूप येतो. Yes, please. Just 1 minute. Let him on. Yes. So whenever I'm talking about any lower high, we always have to compare it with the immediate previous high. So whenever I'm talking about H2, we are comparing it with H1. If I'm talking about H3, I'm comparing it with H2. Same about lower lows also. We are comparing it with the immediate previous low. Yeah. Oh, आता हे झालं. Thanks for reminding. So have you drawn trends and trend reversals? Yes, if you have, thank you, and we'll watch the next video, or you can continue if you want.